I'll give you a breakdown of the strategy first, and then I'll go ahead to show you how to use ChatGPT to create. But first things first, if you're seeing my face for the first time, it is actually because this is my first video on this channel. So you're welcome. My name is Isioma Ojeme, and right here, I'll be sharing everything you need to grow as a content creator. I'm going to be sharing content creation tips from helping you gain clarity to monetizing your content to better positioning yourself online to the opportunities that you want to attract. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please hit the subscribe button for more content tips. If you're still spending hours scripting and planning your content in 2025, let me show you exactly how to use ChatGPT to create a social media content strategy that actually works. Now, the truth is that the average Nigerian content creator doesn't earn so much from content creation enough to spend so much time in a week planning and scripting. And so as much as possible, you want to outsource your content creation process in order to give you more time to focus on other things that bring you more money and make you more productive. You might be wondering, who's this girl and why should I listen to her? I have 2 years experience working in an agency and specifically as a digital brand strategist, where I have worked on brands like Dove, Pepsodent, Nor, Vaseline, and so many other amazing brands, Chupa Chups, both as a content creator and as a strategist. So trust me when I say that I understand and know my onions to a large extent, and I'm about to share a lot of things with you guys that you probably don't know. And in this video, I'll be sharing some of the secret hacks I implement when creating strategies for global and local brands. Now, when it comes to creating a social media strategy, I have created an acronym that will make it easy for you to remember anytime you want to draft a strategy for yourself or for your client or brand or whatever situation you find yourself. And that acronym is called IPOP Create. I stands for identify, P stands for pick a platform, O stands for outline your content pillars, P stands for plan a 30-day content idea, and create stands for, of course, create the content. I'll be walking you through each of them step by step, and then I'll show you how to use ChatGPT to create this strategy. Now, if you're going to create a solid and profitable social media strategy for your brand, your business, or that of your client, the first thing you need to do is to identify your goals. Like, what do you want to achieve long term with content creation? Because content creation is not the end in itself, it is just a means to an end. So ask yourself, what are my goals? You need to identify your goals. You need to identify who you are as a person if you're building your personal brand, or who your client is as a brand. Who is this brand? What do they stand for? What are they looking to achieve? And then who are they targeting? So there are 3 things you need to identify: who you are, what you want to achieve with content creation long term, and who your target audience is. Once you've been able to identify these 3 things, it's easier for you to map out the direction of your strategy, because then you know exactly who you're creating for and how best to reach them. Now, the P in IPOP Create stands for pick a platform. You don't need to overwhelm yourself with trying to create content across every platform, because you're just going to experience burnout. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the average Nigerian creator might not have the capacity to hire human resources at the beginning, and so you want to leverage the free tools that you have access to, which is ChatGPT, for instance, in this situation, because they're not earning so much from content creation yet, and that's why you need to start with one platform. Once you've been able to identify who you are as a brand or as a person, what your long-term goals are, and who your target audience is, it's easier for you to know the best platform to reach them. For example, if I want to do tutorials and I want to build like long-term content strategy for my business, I know that YouTube is the best platform, and that is why I have created this new channel. I have an old channel where I create like personal lifestyle vlogs. If you want to know more about Isioma and like my personal journey, you can always go to that channel. But this channel is dedicated specifically for creators and brands who want to thrive on social media, right? So once you have identified your goals, it's easier for you to know the platform that best suits you, and you need to ensure that your audience is actually on that particular platform. If you're the writing person, you want to go on LinkedIn. If you are the dancing kind of person and you want to go viral, you want to be an influencer, you know that TikTok is your plug, right? If you're a very aesthetic person, you just want to do a day in the life, things like that, you know that Instagram is your go-to platform. So you just need to pick the right platform first, start with that platform, grow on that platform, and then you can navigate, or expand to other platforms. But if you start and you're the only one and you try to create across every platform at the same time, you would experience nothing but burnout. Now, the O stands for outline your content pillars. What are content pillars? Content pillars are like the foundation upon which your house, which is your content, is built. What do I mean? Your content pillars are like the foundation of your house, and your room, your parlor, your kitchen, and other expressions. Now, see your content pillar as the core theme for your page or your strategy. Your content pillars are the core themes of your page where every other content idea that you create stems out from. For example, let's say your niche is lifestyle, creator education, and faith. Under lifestyle, your content pillar can be day in the life vlogs. Under creator education, your content pillar can be content strategy, tutorial videos, video editing tips. And then under faith, your content pillar can be testimonies, my walk with God or my journey with God or whatever it is that you want to do. But ensure that your content pillars align with your long-term goals. Remember that that is what we tried to settle at the beginning, identifying your long-term goals. So make sure that your content pillars align with your long-term goals, your target audience, and who you are as a person or a brand. So try as much as possible not to go outside of your content pillars, especially at the beginning of your content creation journey when you're still trying to get the algorithm to notice you or to really understand what your page or your channel is about. If possible, stick with one content pillar for a month, and then the following month you can now move to another content pillar, and like that and like that. And when your audience starts finding you gradually and you start building your community, you can now expand to showing us different facets and different talents that you have. Now, I'm taking time to give this context just so that you have the right understanding, and then you can go into ChatGPT to give ChatGPT the right prompt. Because if you do not have this foundational knowledge, it's going to be difficult for you to give ChatGPT the right prompt and eventually get the right results. And that takes me to the last P in IPOP, which is plan a 30-day content idea. Now, this is where ChatGPT is really going to help you a great deal because you don't want to sit down and start planning day by day. Of course, content ideas can pop up spontaneously, but to sit down and start planning a 30-day content idea is a lot of work, and that is where AI comes in as an advantage, but we're getting there. Now, when it comes to planning your 30-day content idea, at this point, you've already understood who you are trying to target, you understand who you are, you understand your long-term goals, you already have an idea of what you're trying to achieve on social media, so it's easy for you to craft 30-day content ideas in the right direction that helps you achieve your long-term goals on social media. And then now you can go ahead to consistently create the right content based on content ideas that you have generated from ChatGPT. Again, make sure that the content that you generate align with your long-term goals, speak directly to your target audience, and helps you achieve what you want to achieve on social media, whether it's monetization, whether it's community building, whether it's influencer marketing, whether it's just sharing your journey to inspire people, whatever it is, whether it's everything all together. Just make sure that every single content you put out is intentional and moves you closer to achieving your long-term goals. We don't do anything short-term here because content creation is a long-term game. So you cannot afford to play it anyhow. Period. And now to the moment that we have all been waiting for, let's get right into how to use ChatGPT to create a social media strategy for your business or your personal brand. So the first thing you want to do is update your ChatGPT app. Make sure that you're downloading the latest version because there might be new features that you want to tap into, so you don't want to miss out on that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll be looking down because now I'm going to be doing it on my phone as I walk you through the process. I'm just going to go to Play Store to be sure that my ChatGPT app is fully updated. So you can see that there's room for an update. So I'm just going to go ahead to do that. It's updating right now. The app has been successfully updated. I recommend that you sign into your Google account just so that you have access to all your previous conversations with ChatGPT. As you can see, this is mine here. I have not lost any chats with ChatGPT on this account. I can always recover them anytime when I want to apply for a job. Like literally, it helps me so well. So I'm just going to create a new chat. Now, I usually record my prompts most of the time because I work in a very fast-paced environment, and most of the time I don't have time to be typing slowly and things like that. You can type if you have the time or the strength or the patience, but I always like to record my prompts because I get to express myself and prompt ChatGPT in a way that is just very unique to me because nobody can do it like me. The way I prompt ChatGPT might not be the way you prompt ChatGPT, except you take my exact prompt and use it, which I'll be sharing with you guys at the end of this video. But usually, if you just express yourself and then make sure you don't miss out on the keywords, nobody can do it like you, and you're likely to get more unique results than just typing a generic prompt like every other person. Now, when it comes to recording your prompts with ChatGPT, you want to make sure that you include keywords. And for the purpose of this video, we're going to be following the procedure, the IPOP create procedure, and also try as much as possible to ensure that your phone storage is not full, because if your phone storage is full, it will not transcribe what you have recorded. So if your phone storage is full, you can use your Notes app to just record your prompt on your phone and then upload it to ChatGPT to transcribe it for you, or even upload it to an external website to transcribe it for you, and then take that transcription and then put it in ChatGPT. So I've noticed that the phone storage issue mostly happens on my Android phone, but if you use an iPhone, you might not experience that. That's just that for Android users. Now let's go straight to ChatGPT. So just listen to my prompts. Hi, I want you to act as an expert YouTube coach and strategist, and I want you to help me with my YouTube channel. So I just created a new YouTube channel and I want to reach or target content creators and brands, specifically in helping them gain clarity for their content, helping them monetize their content, sharing tips on how to secure brand deals, how to gain clarity, how to create a suitable and profitable content strategy based on everything you know about me, like everything we have talked about on this account, about my personal brand and the future of my personal brand and what I want to achieve for creators and brands in the future. I want you to help me with a very solid content strategy. Now, this content strategy should not just be vague or generic. I want you to tailor it to my needs as a content creator. Now, using the IPOP formula, in this context, I have already communicated that I am a content creator. I want to target content creators and brands, and my long-term goal is to monetize my YouTube channel and build a community that brands want to work with or tap into through brand partnerships. That is my long-term goal for creating content on YouTube. That is for I. Now I'm going to go to P. P is what? Pick a platform. Now, the platform I want to be starting with is YouTube, and that is why you are going to be acting as an expert YouTube coach and strategist for me right now. We're going to talk about other social media platforms much later, but for a start, I'll be starting with YouTube. So you're going to guide me in creating this strategy. And my content pillars, I'm not really sure about what I want my content pillars to be, but from what I've told you, help me come up with 3 to 5 top content pillars that are in high demand and that have relevance to the Nigerian audiences, but are equally high demand outside of Nigeria, such that when people search up topics relating to those videos, my videos can pop up or my channel can be recommended. Now let's go to what's the next prompt? P. So now I want you to come up with a 30-day content idea plan. So the 30-day content idea plan is just an aspect of the entire social media strategy that you'll be giving me. Social media strategy should include like my posting time, your recommendations for my posting schedule. Also give me like a clear description of what my goals are based on what I've explained to you. I don't know if I'm missing out on anything, but with everything I've shared with you, I just want you to help me and give me something substantial that I can run with for my channel. Thank you very much. Don't forget to make them search engine optimized. Don't forget to make them globally relevant, such that I stand out amongst my competitors. So let me see what you have and then we can refine from there. Now, ChatGPT is transcribing. You guys can see how long this transcription is, and that's because I did a voice recording. But like I said, it helped me better tailor my message, and this way I'm able to get a more unique result than just if I had typed something generic. I would probably just get the same kind of response every other person would get. So this is how to use ChatGPT strategically, and it's one of my hacks because you are not just blabbing, you know the keywords to mention. So before I show you guys the results from this prompt, note the things that I did. First of all, I told ChatGPT my goals. I told ChatGPT my pain points, what I've been struggling with over time. I told ChatGPT what I want to achieve long-term: growth content, conversion content, community building content. I told ChatGPT I have a digital product I'm selling, which is my one-on-one coaching session. So that is a long-term opportunity to sell. It's a long-term goal that eventually I'll build an audience that will be ready to buy. But that should not come at the beginning of my video. I'm just starting this new channel. I cannot come and be selling one-on-one coaching sessions to you, even though I already just did. But it should put it to maybe towards the ending of my 30-day content idea plan. So let's see what ChatGPT has brought out. So it says, perfect, Isioma, this is a very clear brief, Let's structure this into 4 parts so you get both the big picture strategy and the practical execution plan with 30 SEO ready video ideas. Can you now see that what would have probably taken me 1 week to do is taking me a few minutes to get done? So it says your YouTube content strategy using IPOP. It even used our acronym IPOP. Identify, pick the platform, which is YouTube, the objectives. O stands for outline, that is like our content pillars, and then P is plan the content, the 30-day content. And I think it modified it a bit, but let us see what we have. The YouTube content strategy. The first thing is identify who you are. A lifestyle plus education creator positioned as the creators cheerleader. Yes, as you can see on my t-shirt, who helps creators and brands gain clarity, monetize content, secure brand deals, and build a purposeful strategy. You guys, I just built this right now while filming this video. Of course, I had something similar already in my notepad, but this, I'm definitely copying it and pasting it somewhere. If possible, I'm going to print this out because it's very useful already. Your long-term goal is to build a global community of creators and brands, monetize through AdSense, brand partnerships, and coaching. Short term, that's in 12 months. I didn't even state this. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, community growth, one-on-one clarity session conversions. Can you see how it is already helping me identify the things that are really important? This way, I'm already guided. I know the kinds of content to create. I know where to take my audience. I know what to do with my content. I'm going to be very intentional about what I post here. I'm not just going to dabble. I'm not just going to come on social media to be dancing, because I have long-term and short-term goals that have been outlined. Now we go to P, which is the platform. We've chosen YouTube. Since you want to start with long-form content only, the strategy will lean into posting frequency. 1 to 2 high-quality long-form videos per week. For Nigeria, UK, US overlap. Optimal posting window, Tuesdays. So it's even telling me the posting times that I can leverage for my audience. Video length 8 to 12 minutes, sweet spot for retention and monetization potential. Growth content balance, 70% growth led, 20% community building, and 10% soft conversion. And then we go to the next O, which is objectives. The audience has 2 segments. We have content creators. The second is brands and agents. Usually, I didn't even know this. So my positioning statement is that I help creators gain clarity, build profitable portfolio, content strategies, and attract brand partnerships. My channel is where creators stop guessing and start thriving. I love that a lot. Then P is the 30-day content plan, and then ChatGPT goes ahead to give me a 30-day YouTube content plan, long form only. And then look, I'm not going to go through the ideas one after the other, but look at how rich these content ideas are. And like I said, ChatGPT did not give me everything, hook, line, and sinker. It did not give me the full script. It just giving me an idea, and what I just need to do is go further, do my research, flesh it out, do my own scripting, and then come and film the video in the most authentic and relatable way. While I'm being efficient with creating content for you, I am also being authentic and original. ChatGPT did not just dump ideas for me. It actually broke it down into title, description, thumbnail direction, mini script, and tags, just like I prompted it to do. Because if you say just give me content ideas, to just give you one-line content idea. So whatever you give ChatGPT is what you would actually get. And that's why I said you need to give ChatGPT the right prompt and ensure that you're using keywords and using the IPOP acronym that I recommended in this video. Now, let me share a pro tip. Once ChatGPT has transcribed your audio, before you click on send, that's actually sending it to ChatGPT, try to go through the script to edit anything that you think that you need to edit out. Maybe the ers, the arms, or any irrelevant information. Maybe you had to talk to somebody in the background in the middle of your recording and ChatGPT caught that. You can delete that out before sending it to ChatGPT, or you forgot to include a keyword, you can do that as well. Maybe you forgot to include or also add like my content pillars, or also include keywords for the description and things like that. You can just, always edit before sending. So once ChatGPT has generated your strategy, all you just need to do is look through it. If you are satisfied, then copy and paste it in your notepad. And if you feel like, oh, I need some tweaking here, you can resend another voice note to say, oh, ChatGPT, I think that you should do this better. Oh, for this content pillar, I don't really think it sits well with me, and things like that. You can keep prompting and reprompting ChatGPT until it gets exactly what you want and gives you exactly what you need to grow your page. You don't need ChatGPT to generate every single thing that you're going to say in each video, because some algorithms, like the Instagram algorithm, can spot when a video is completely AI generated, and sometimes it limits how well your video is recommended to people. That's from my experience. I noticed that videos where I was completely spontaneous, or videos that were completely my ideas, perform better than ideas that were generated by ChatGPT. I think same thing for LinkedIn. ChatGPT is just a tool to help you enhance your process and help you speed up your workflow and things like that. It's not supposed to take the place of you actually putting in the work. Okay, so that is it, guys. This is exactly how to use ChatGPT to create a social media strategy that can help you monetize your content in the long run, build a very solid online community, work with brands, and overall help you achieve your long-term and short-term content creation goals. If you want my exact ChatGPT prompt for building a social media strategy, please click the link in the description below to download it right now. I have refined it for you, and all you just need to do is tweak it a little bit and put your own keywords and the things that you want to achieve with your content. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like it, share it with someone who needs to see it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Will you be trying this out? Let me know what you're taking away from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.